Hello, my name is Bochan, and I'm currently a Div 5 competitive Splatoon player that is on Shiver Me Inklings as well as Bayonet current midpoint player. As of February of 2021, I have been playing Splatoon on a mouse and keyboard. Today, I would like to show you what this setup is capable of and why it was mostly ignored in the past and some of the other nuances. Now let's get into the backstory of keyboard and mouse on Splatoon.
It's honestly not that great.
The biggest reason why keyboard and mouse controls are not used is because the previous control methods translated mouse controls into stick controls and not gyro aim. This created a very stiff and not natural motion because you were essentially controlling stick inputs with a mouse, and natural motion was not possible because of this. However, I found a way to make use of gyro aim instead of stick controls. This enables aim to be more natural as it is translating mouse movement into gyro aim. Also, since it uses a script for everything, you can customize your controls and have custom macros for whatever you like. I will now demonstrate a few of the things that you can do. Okay, so to start off, I put myself in the training room, and as you can see, the device that I'm using right now is called the Titan 2. This device is the thing that actually runs the script, so all you gotta do is you just plug this into your Switch, and then you plug in whatever mouse and keyboard you want, and then you can just run whatever script you want. So now I'm gonna start off with all my controls. So pretty much like any standard FPS, I use WASD as movement, so WASD and then backwards. This obviously kind of depends on your camera too, so if you're holding S while your camera's facing backwards, you'll run away from the camera, and vice versa if you're looking at it this way. For shift, I use swimming in the ink, and for my bomb button or any specials or things like that, it's right click for my mouse button, and specials is Q that I use currently. Some of the things that you can do with this as well is you can also have certain scripts and macros running. So for an instance, if you have like a squeezer, normally if you're holding it down, only the first two shots that you tap go the furthest, but you can have rapid fire as well, kind of like on a turbo controller where all you got to do is you just hold one button down and it just does rapid fire for you. It's nothing too complicated to kind of do on your own. But I personally don't like using this. I just prefer tap shooting, and then when I want to go like into like inking more or things like that, just kind of do that. The squeezer is not my main weapon. My main weapons right now are currently VDS, K-Shot, and NZAP, so I don't really like take use of this. Some of the other things as well that you might be kind of wondering too is since it's on mouse and keyboard and you're using WASD, you're pretty much always on or off when you're walking, so there's really no slowing down. However, there's a little stealth swim script that you can have, so when you're swimming in the ink, normally there'll be like little ripple effects, but all I gotta do is I press my mouse button, and this kind of slows my movement down just enough so I do not create the ripple effects. I can also use this if I go on the wall. I can just hover in place like that. So if I ever need to be on a wall, I can just kind of like sit here, or if there's like a little ledge that I need to go up on and I don't want to go up on it, I can just do this, and then I can just jump and cancel up there. Jump is also my spacebar. So because of the big emphasis that you're using gyro aim with this, this pretty much allows you much more easier aim control rather than if you were to use stick controls. So you can pretty much accurately flick on targets. I'm not really warmed up right now, but you can pretty much get pretty good with flicking on targets. That's some of the demonstrations that you can kind of do. And because of this, it's really much easier to track any targets. You can pretty much circle strafe around them, strafe side to side, with pretty much your reticle being on them just constantly. And because of this, it also allows to flick on people behind you as well, so if someone's ever behind you, it's much easier just to like flick on them like that. This was something that it was not possible using stick control inputs because it was just pretty much like being on the rails, and it was like very stiff, and that's not really optimal at all when you're playing this game competitively. You need to have like at least some decent aim to some aspect in order to at least get your shots on target. Another macro that I set up was the auto jump back to base macro. So normally what you would have to do is you would have to open up your map, press down on the spawn point, and then obviously press your A button to jump back to base. However, with this, all I did was just do that in one button. So now all I have to do is just press the number 4 on my keyboard. This allows me to jump back to base much faster, and also allows jumping off of walls back to base much easier. That pretty much wraps up my video. As far as to why I started playing this way, I just wanted to try a different and unique way of playing the game. I was having issues with my Pro controller at the time, so while I was getting a new one, I dabbled on this idea and it quickly stuck. I came from mostly a PC background, so using a mouse and keyboard felt at home for me, even though some things were slightly different controls-wise. Thank you for watching my video, and if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me on either Discord or Twitter that I have written down below in the video description. Thank you.